Hello there, Scorpio. Welcome to your October 2023 reading. I'm Lou, and I'm so glad you're here with me. Happy birthday to any of you Scorpio suns out there, and happy astrological new year if you're watching for your ascendant sign. Let's begin the reading with yellow-footed rock wallabies, stability. So we're looking at stability in your life, looking at creating stability and what feels stable to you in your life. Now we are in Libra season. We're in this 12th house and we're in this transition, right? So for you, Scorpio, there's this like really transitional energy as you're transitioning out of this slow-paced endings, this type endings, and then at the end of the month moving into new beginnings, this fresh energy. I think it will feel really good for you, particularly after the eclipse on the 14th. So we have a solar eclipse in Libra on October the 14th. Now that starts this new cycle, or it's part of the start of this new cycle. So we're shifting. There's this transition between the eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio, so in your first house and 7th house. That's been happening since 2021. And this year we're transitioning into the Libra Aries eclipses. So this is the first Libra eclipse in that cycle. And it's going to give you a little taste of what's to come over the next year. So 2024, this storyline will be the heightened energy in 2024, but we're getting a taster of it this month, so on the 14th. So we're having this, like I said, we're having this transition energy from one cycle to the next. It's the 12th house with Libra activated. And when the 12th house is activated, it's really important to look over the last 12 months of your life. So looking over how far you've come, take this month at the beginning of the month to reflect. Do some reflective work around what you've achieved, what obstacles you've overcome, what you're still yet to overcome, what goals you want to set for yourself in the future, but what goals you've achieved in the past 12 months as well, particularly attaining to your stability. So how stable has your life been, and what you can do to improve your stability from here. Now, the other aspect with the 12th house is it involves boundaries. So the 12th house is ruled by Neptune, which blurs boundaries. It blurs the veil between two things. And so with this yellow-footed rock wallaby card as well, it's reminding you to pay attention to your boundaries and your rules, the rules you set for yourself, the rules you apply to other people, the rules you apply to yourself, and the boundaries you apply to yourself. So what boundaries need to be strengthened, what boundaries need to be relaxed. So we're looking at that to help create stability. And then as we move through October, you're going to transition into the new phase. So Mars, one of your rulers, will move into your first house, into your sign. That happens on the 12th of October. So just before the eclipse, in the middle of the month. This will be this as well as Pluto moving direct on the 11th. So Pluto moves direct, your ruler, on the 11th. That will help to start increasing energy. So we've had the Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde. They're both moving fully direct this month. Venus shifts out of Leo, Mercury shifts out of Virgo, so that energy is over. And then your ruling planet Pluto moves forward as well. So you will feel a new sense of motivation, a new sense of energy, and forward momentum, will start to take shape in the middle of this month. And then on the 24th, the sun moves into your sign. Mercury will be in your sign. So we start Scorpio season, and you can start this new shift, this new energy shift. Things can start to move forward and feel easier, right? It's like, it almost be like the brakes have been on for a while now, for the last few months, and you get to take those brakes off and start moving forward from the end of this month onwards. You're coming into the reading as the 5 of Cups. So there is some sadness here, some energy of loss. Whenever the 12th house is activated, that's unavoidable, really. There's always a sense of loss. It is the house of undoing, the house of endings. It kind of it's almost like the tower. It kind of unravels our life so that we can reassemble ourselves. So when you've done this unraveling, plus you've got the eclipse there. Now, the eclipse in the 12th house may bring up some demons in the closet. If there's any demons in the closet, if there's any dark past stuff coming up, is what I'm hearing for you, Scorpio, that may come up with this eclipse in the middle of the month. Now, that could feel like this sense of loss. If these demons could be times when you have felt lost, times when you have felt grief, and when you felt sadness. Okay, maybe you've been holding on to that. Maybe there's something hasn't been processed there. Something needs more energy, needs more time. You need to be sitting with this. Okay, so that can happen throughout this time. Like I said, this will shift as we move through into Scorpio season, and as Pluto starts to move forward. That energy will shift. So this is just a process. This is about going through, integrating, processing these emotions, sitting with it. Really, really awesome way to deal with any 12th house activation is meditation. So if these strong emotions of grief and loss are coming up for you, Scorpio, really work on meditating, really work on being with your emotions, being with yourself, and being nurturing and kind and compassionate to yourself to create more stability here. This is an opportunity to create emotional stability, okay, especially with the eclipse, creating emotional stability through not denying the emotions, but through allowing the emotions to be felt, to come up and be felt. Now, the universe needs you, Ace of Wands. The universe needs you to feel into your inspiration. So there may be messages coming through is what I'm hearing. So with the 12th house again, the 12th house is where we connect with the divine. It's where we connect with our higher self, with our inner being, with so the veil between the physical and non-physical is lifted, and we have a lot more access to the divine energy. And so with the Ace of Wands here, there could be inspiration being delivered to you through your intuition, through other messages, other means such as like synchronicities, okay? Just whatever way that they can get through to you, you may be receiving these messages. The universe is asking you to listen and act on it, Ace of Wands. Take action on your inspirations, take action on your passion, take action on impulses. The Ace of Wands is really impulses that come up. So like something, you may see something and feel excited about it or feel enthusiastic about it. That's an impulse. That's an indicator that that's on the right track, that's being delivered to you. Through source, through the divine, okay, may help to uplift any of this heavier Five of Cups energy if you can tap into that enthusiasm and that passion. And the environment is offering you an opportunity to heal. Okay, well, the 12th house is the house of healing. So the 12th house, 6th house axis is the house of well-being and healing. Okay. And so this could be a very healing month for you. Again, like I said, the demons in the closet may come up for you, is how they're describing it to me. And there's this healing opportunity here. The star tells me that the environment is ripe for healing. It is the right environment for you to do this healing work. You're being supported, you're being guided. Okay, to create more stability in your life, you need to be able to integrate some of the chaos and disruption within on the inner realm, in the subconscious mind. So things coming up from the subconscious for healing, for processing. And then as you do that work, as you sit with that, as you work through it and integrate it, then when you move into the first house energy and Pluto moves direct and Mars moves into your sign, you've got that burst of life, that burst of inspiration, Ace of Wands. You can follow it resistance free. So this is how we clean up. We're mopping up the resistance in the 12th house with the 5 of Cups, with the demons in the closet, with this star healing energy. We're mopping up the resistance so that when you get that burst of energy, when you get that forward momentum, you can fully embrace it and you can move on it. We have the Sun. I love that. And the Ace of Coins. 2 aces, so there is a lot of potential. Like I said, there's a lot of momentum coming. It's coming at the end of the month. There's still stuff to work through at the beginning of the month, and then at the end of the month and into November, there's a great potential for you, Scorpio, for you to turn water into wine is what I'm hearing, okay? So that to be able to turn things around, to be able to start to increase your sense of stability. Ace of Coins is stability, right? So creating something new that brings in stability. With the Sun following the 5 of Cups, this is happiness following grief. So this sadness or this loss is here to be healed so that you can tap into your happiness, tap into your joy, tap into your optimism, your enthusiasm for life. The Sun is all success, it's radiance, it's life force. The Ace of Wands there too. This great spark of energy. I think this eclipse is going to be like a double-edged sword almost. It's going to be difficult for you in terms of the things that are going to come up for processing, but it's going to have a profound effect on your future and a profound effect on your ability to heal so that you can move into these aces, this Ace of Coins, Ace of Wands energy, into this fresh new energy that's coming in at the end of the month. And we have the Queen of Wands, beautiful. On the bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Coins. I think whatever happens for you this month, Scorpio, this is really about stepping into your life, stepping into your physical life, into your purpose, stepping forward in your purpose confidently. Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, she's almost like magical in her ability to harness energy. So she's harnessing energy for her purpose. And you've got the Sun here, you've got the Ace of Coins with that, the Ace of Wands. This is really going to be transforming any grief into success, really transforming, taking any grief or any pain and making it and growing something from that. So transforming it, transmuting it into something that brings you a lot of confidence, or using your confidence to be successful, to overcome any obstacles or any pain. I like the 2 of Coins on the bottom of the deck with the Ace of Coins as well. So whatever you are growing, it will grow quickly, okay? This is about cementing stability into your life. Whatever has been out of balance, 2 of Coins can be easily balanced during this time for stability. You can create stability between whatever's been drawing your attention, whatever's been taking your energy, whatever's been really draining you, okay, can be balanced this month so you can successfully grow something out of that Ace of Coins. And it's going to happen through your confidence. I think when Mars moves into your first house, Pluto moves direct, there's going to be this burst of confidence, this burst of enthusiasm, this burst of energy, life force, vitality. I think Mars will bring you a lot of vitality. Maybe your physical body will feel healthy and more abundant in energy with Mars in the first house, and you'll be able to put that energy to good use, put that energy into something that is going to bring you more success, more stability. The environment is mirroring to angelic truth. Again, like I said, there's this 12th house activation that is going to bring you closer to the heavens, closer to the angels, to the divine, to your spirit guides or your soul. And this is like veil that is being lifted between those two worlds. And so you have this opportunity to tap in there right, at the beginning of the month. And so how well you do with that will be reflected in your environment. So if you're really struggling this month, if the energy feels heavy and harsh and uncomfortable, the way that you overcome that is by tapping in. So plugging yourself into the divine through meditation is probably the best way, but in whatever way you do that, whatever ritual, whatever practice, whatever way you nourish your soul. We're looking at nourishing the soul. The angels here with angelic truth, the angels are guiding you, they're directing you, they're giving you information, they're passing you messages from the heavens. So following that, you'll see, if you follow that, you'll see your environment will reflect that back to you. So it'll be more angelic, it will be lighter, it'll be easier, things will flow, there'll be blessings, there'll be miracles that come into your life. And if you're not experiencing that, then there's resistance there to the divine. Now I'm going to pull 2 surrender cards for the eclipses because there'll be a lot to surrender this month, okay? So we have surrender to passion and surrender stubbornness. So I love that surrendering to passion with the Queen of Wands, with the Ace of Wands, okay, with the Sun as well even. There will be, like I said, when Mars moves in your first house, you may be filled with passion and action. Mars is very action oriented. It really pushes you to do things, to take action, to change, to make a move on something. And so you may need to just give in to that, allow that to flood your system and do whatever is firing you up. With that Ace of Wands, whatever is inspiring you, whatever is motivating you, it's time to follow that. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people and activities that ignite passion and let it flow. Now surrender to stubbornness. So the other thing that's happening, surrender stubbornness. The other thing that's happening is on the 28th of October, we have the last Taurus lunar eclipse. Now that is happening, that activates your 7th house. So it's the last eclipse in your eclipse cycle. And that eclipse will be activating your relationships, okay? But for the purpose of this reading, it's really looking at your stubbornness. And so when we look at stability, when we're working with stability like you are this month, there's this fine line, this tightrope you walk between the comfort zone and branching out of the comfort zone, right? So stability can feel like stability when we are stuck in a rut, stuck in a comfort zone. Often we do get stuck in a comfort zone because of stability, because we don't want to rock the boat, we want to be stable. But we can get very stubborn in that. Stubborn in stability, or stubborn in the way that we are moving through the world. Now, remembering what I said, the 12th house is the house of undoing. Things are changing, things are shifting. That is unavoidable. If you do not change and shift with this energy, it is going to be very difficult for you. So stubbornness is not going to work for you this month, Scorpio. If you are tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly to others and to yourself. So especially around that lunar eclipse at the end of the month on the 28th, being really aware of how you're communicating with others and of your stance, being really aware of your stance towards life and towards your relationships. Okay, and we have, in the moment, if you can, remove your judgment and criticism and truly listen to someone, you will empower them. So that kind of correlates with that stubbornness card as well. And we're looking again at that lunar eclipse. So there may be something that comes up in your relationships. If you're in a relationship with a partner, there may be conversations that come up around that eclipse. Remember, this is the closing out of that cycle. And so this is the final ending. And it's going to shift forever, whatever happens around that eclipse. So to give it the best energy that you can, try and be with that person or with what the events that come up around that time without judgment and without criticism, and truly listening, so that you can be a really cooperative component to the energy there, so that the energy can be as uplifting as possible through that eclipse cycle. Okay, Scorpio, that is your reading for this month. I hope you have a spectacular birthday if your birthday is in October. I really look forward to this shift in energy for you. And thank you for being here with me. I appreciate your time and your energy so much. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And I'll see you again in November. Take care.